Welcome to a Lawless Podcast, where real stories come to life. Broadcasting from the tri-state area, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey, we're just one stop away from the DMV, bringing you raw, unfiltered conversations that matter. At a Lawless Podcast, we bridge cultures and communities, connecting people from all backgrounds and walks of life.
Welcome to Olala's podcast. All right, 002. You was here for the first one, right?
I was.
How was it?
It was great.
It was great.
It was great. I enjoyed the dialogue.
You enjoyed the dialogue. So today we got Ali. Ali was on the first one too. So Ali is the man of the hour on the first one. But today we have a guest, Mac, right?
Yes.
Mac,
yes.
Who are you? Who is Mac?
Yes. Entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. Boss Lady Mac, artist in the city. I'm from Philly. Everybody knows me. Everybody love me. Club Queen.
Okay, Mac.
Nice.
How you starting this music thing? How you started?
The music, it started from house parties.
Okay. Just going there, just doing
house
your
parties,
thing.
doing house parties. From the house parties, I started doing freestyles, because when you like in the mix, everybody drinking, somebody threw a freestyle on, next thing you know, we all freestyling. That just led from one thing to the next. I made a song just blew up.
Okay, blew up, and you had all these people listening and everything else.
That's what made me want to keep doing it though,
because people encourage you to keep going.
And it was interacting a whole lot, and I said that's money right there.
Okay, so your music, where to focus on? Because everybody, music, parties, sex, baddies, men. What's your main focus? Everything?
Money.
Money. Getting money, right? Getting money.
I enjoy that part.
Get that part. That's the money being, coming.
You can have fun, having fun and working at the same time. That's decent.
Okay.
That's so decent.
So again, welcome to Olala's podcast, entertainment podcast. Yeah, we just, we're just vibing. We ain't doing nothing crazy. Yeah. We vibing with the African, the American culture. Yeah. We have a strong lady next to me. We're gonna be arguing today about gender roles, right? We're gonna talk about gender. We're gonna do a little bit of icebreaker. Just everybody want to be a man. Man want to be a woman. Woman want to be a man. So what happened? What's going on? Ali, you think what happened? What happened to the gender, the traditional? So you're from Africa, right? You're from Sierra Leone.
Yes.
The original gender role. The woman is there, the man is there. Your dad, you saw your dad growing up, right? Dad was dominant. Dad go to work, provide for his family. It's all about the family.
Correct.
Right? Mom stay home, take care of the family, right? Domesticated. Mm-hmm. That's how you grew up. That's how I grew up, right?
Yes.
What's happening? What's going on?
That's how I grew up.
Well, that's why the rules are very hard to change, because that was the societal expectations. The men are on top. They have to be the one on top and controlling situations. And when that role changes, the man becomes insecure and feel overshadowed by the woman's sense of pride and success. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, you have a fight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. A constant fight. Because a man can go on the street today, pick a woman from the street, take that woman home, and make that woman a wife in that home. And take responsibilities from head to toe, no fight. No issues. But when you reverse that role, the woman becomes the breadwinner, taking care of the home. It's not going to last for a week.
So that's what make the man intimidating, because she the breadwinner.
Correct.
So it's a problem because she
Why does equality make a man intimidated? What about equality makes you intimidated?
Because the society defines, just like what George said in his opening introduction, the society defines the man to be the leader. He uses my dad as an example. Growing up, see him, he's in charge, he's everything. Now you have a role that changes to the woman. So it makes the man insecure. and feel less value and feel less important.
So I think it makes a man that doesn't truly see his value feel less
Correct.
valuable and
Yes.
important. I think that the problem is that we've changed as a society as far as how our finances are handled, right? And we
Correct.
kind of talked about that a little bit in the last segment when you give women money, power, respect.
Right.
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect, right?
Right.
Without money, there is no respect. So I think it does a few things. For a man that's never been taught that your power is not in your pockets, it is going to make you feel like less than a man. And so what has happened is that we've changed as a society as far as who's earning the money and how our money is earned. But we haven't really caught up, right? So as women, we haven't necessarily learned how to still stay in our femininity and still use that power that we talked about before, our feminine power, and still be breadwinners and earners. And you guys haven't figured out how not to be the only breadwinners and earners and still stay in your masculinity. Your masculinity is not in how much money you make. Because my daddy didn't make much.
But part of it is, and it's not always about the financial success. It's also being the leader.
So that's so.
And leadership does not constitute money only.
Right.
It does constitute with a lot of other factors that you have to look that comprises of the whole man. Not
But
just
I think that's where men are lacking. That's where the modern man is lacking. The modern man is lacking in those leadership qualities. And so when you take the money away from him, he's spinning in circles. He doesn't know what to do.
That's her standpoint. Mac, what do you think? What do you think, Mac? What do you think happened to gender roles right now? You get money. You
it
say
was mostly like, y'all make a lot of sense. What he was saying for us, the gender role and the guy feeling how you feel. Let me take a drink, y'all. I need a drink.
go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
I've been looking at this shot the whole time. He's been looking at me. Damn. But I just feel like that's the guy being insecure. Like that comes with just being insecure, feeling like you gotta get mad at her because she is the breadwinner, or you gotta look at her like, oh, you're not the man, I'm the man. Like I done been through some stuff like that before, so I know, like, always being the person to take on the responsibility, even down to driving and taking care of the bills and taking care of the kids and making sure the kids go back and forth to school. So all of that too, working, and then, like I said, being the breadwinner and then having a partner that's not doing all of that, or probably just need help for the time being. But while they needing help, like you said, they spinning in circles, they all over the place. So it's like, damn, I got to deal with that too. And on top of, like, where am I going to rest? So I agree with that.
Okay.
So looking at the culture, right? The American culture, the African culture. He's going to go about the African culture, right? I got my little African everything. I'm African up. I'm dashiki up, chi and everything. Because I know what generation. My mom used to be at home. My mom worked, and my dad, both of them worked. But my dad was mostly out there while my mom was working like half a day, and my dad was working a full day. My dad still had respect for my mom. But these days, if that shift, that society shift.
It's different.
But if
It's very
females stop
different.
making more than the men, what happens?
You mean for us, for
Financially,
people
what
who look
happened
like
in
us?
America? What happened?
No, so for people who look like us, that's exactly what's going on. We're out-earning you. Black women are out-earning black men. We're out-educating you. It's already happened. And you see what happens. We can't get together. We can't stay together. We can't
stay
get
together.
married.
Why? Is it a woman's fault?
He already told you why.
Is it a man's fault or a woman's fault?
I don't ever want to blame one over the other.
You gotta
but
blame
I'll
somebody.
say, so I'll tell you, if we gotta blame somebody, I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame the man. And the reason why is because the man is supposed to be the leader. So whenever the foundation falls, I have to look to the man for the blame.
And let me just come into that. And I can clearly debunk that. And trust me, that's why a lot of marriages, especially in the black community, just don't survive these days. Because then now respect comes in. The woman feels like, oh, I'm making more. Why do I need to respect this man? You forget the fact that he's still the king of that kingdom. And if you're trying to be the queen, you have to still respect this king. Because every man have their own kingness in them.
Right.
And the sooner you bring disrespect, it becomes a problem. And what man is looking for most times in relationship is peace, for the most part, and stability.
Right.
So if he does not get that peace and respect, we have a problem.
And I'll agree with you. That's why I said I can't blame either one. But if I had to choose, because this is the thing, like I said earlier, right? Your woman is not going to, and some of this is just personality, right? We're speaking anecdotally. Anecdotally, your woman is not going to step out of that place and be disrespectful just because she's making money. If you're being a proper leader,
a lot of times
if you're
it does
being
happen.
In theory, if you're being a proper leader,
In practice.
So no, what I'm saying to you is, in theory, your woman is not going to step out of those bounds.
You not going to step out of bounds.
Your woman is not going to step.
You not going to step.
Whenever y'all want to let me finish this sentence, then we can agree or disagree once I make the point.
You.
In order for us to disagree, I'm gonna have to
generalize.
All right, let me stay in a woman's place. I'm feeling real West African right now. Let me stay in a woman's place.
You deliver.
Whenever y'all want to come back to America, let me know.
Ali, let's
I'll
go ahead.
finish making my point.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Go ahead, Queen.
You sure, sir?
Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead, Queen.
I don't want no trouble.
Go ahead, Queen.
Okay. So, in theory, okay, if a man still continues to be a leader, you won't have to step out of place. So what ends up happening, I'm going to tell you where that disrespect comes from. It's not necessarily that the woman says, oh, I'm making more, because you're talking about a generation of women that are used to making more than their men. Yes. I have never been with a man who made more money than me. Okay? I don't rap, but I do all right. Okay? So I am used to that. But what happens is, like you said, it can be emasculating before I even get a chance to open my mouth. Before I even get a chance to show you who I am as a woman, you're already emasculated. And when that emasculation comes in, you, like we said, you're spinning in circles. You don't really know how to lead a woman like me. Because in your mind, you already have made up in your mind that you're not a man anymore. That I'm just going to come in and take over.
That you're taking over, yeah.
Yeah. Right. And so what happens is you bow out. And then that gives me no choice but to take over, because I can't let my household just fall apart.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're absolutely right. And I do agree with you at some point on that. But the problem there is, JJ, competition creeps in. You have a woman that is a lawyer, as an example, a medical doctor. Is that woman going to go down to a guy who is an ordinary handyman or doing something that is not in the level? That is not in the level of their career path.
They do it all the time.
It's not often.
It's very often. I'm telling you that as black women, we typically don't have a choice.
I do not have the statistics in front of me, but it's not really common. They tend to go with people, with men in the level of their career paths. For the most part. I'm not saying all the time.
Okay, so let's say that does happen. Why do you think that is?
Because the roles are shifted.
People have
the roles have shifted. A man who is a lawyer can go out there and pick a woman on the street that is nothing and make that woman
something,
his wife. And it's going to go forever. But the same role is not going to reverse so easily. That woman that is a lawyer, a medical doctor, a CPA accountant, an engineer is going to look for the man who complements
her salary.
Her salary. Who's complementing a career path? That's the problem.
But that's not really a problem. That's like saying, so that's like saying that a man is going to go for a woman that looks a certain way, and that's a problem. That's not a problem. That's how we are made. So women are looking for provision and protection from men, right? So the reason why we don't always go up, that sometimes we go down, is because as black people, like we discussed, we are out earning you. So unless I'm going to go over to a white man, I really don't have a choice. I am going to have to step down sometimes. But the flip side of that is, you just admitted out of your own mouth that there is a level of insecurity that comes from a man that's with a woman that's out earning him. So if I had my choice, I'm going to be with a man who is at my level or higher, because I don't want to have to deal with what I know is going to come with me making more. Right? I want to go on vacation. I got to pay for the whole vacation. You going to be all right with that? Or we got to go to Wildwood? No, I'm serious. So do I have to step my standard of living down?
So what role are you going to play in that? Are you gonna? So now we're shifting. Now everything is shifting. The gender role is shifting to the female, right?
Right.
Or the female, especially a generation change.
Guys did that though. They looked at us like that. They put us in that position.
Yep.
We already was working hard. We was already getting money.
Yep.
Y'all put that narrative out there.
But
Oh,
then-
the women trying to be men, or y'all they so like extra. The men put that out there.
For
And
example, I can get money right now. I can win a lottery and make 100,000. The first thing I want to make my woman happy, right? First thing I want to build a house. I want to put my kids in the house. A woman win lottery 100,000. All of a sudden she's a bad bitch, and I'm an independent woman.
It's her mentality.
And that's what happened. That's what happened at
It's
work
not
today.
any woman,
I'm an
it's the
independent woman now.
mentality
Oh, I
of the
can.
woman.
Oh, I don't need a man. 100,000, you don't need a man. That 100,000 gone after 3 years. Now you need a man. So that's the society we live in. That's what society live in. If a man get money, I want to live. I want to do this.
That mentality was not created. That mentality was not created by money. So let's go back. Let's talk about how all of this happened in the first place. Okay, and we about to get real. Okay, that mentality was created by your lack of presence. That I can do it on my own, I'm a bad bitch, was created by the lack of your presence. I had no choice. When I say I mean I as a black woman had no choice but to do it all on my own.
Why is it happening in the black culture? Why
Because
is the gender roles happening in the black
men
culture?
are not present in our homes.
There are men who are present and still happen.
Because but was her father present? Was her grandfather
So it
present?
goes back to
It has become a societal
generation thing.
right. It has become a societal norm, and not for everybody. We're speaking anecdotally again, right? But when you see that kind of mentality and that kind of attitude, that is born out of necessity. A woman acting that way is born out of necessity. Either she saw her mother have to act that way, or her grandmother have to act that way, or she was in a relationship with a man that taught her she had to be a bad bitch and she had to go out there and do it on her own, or you yourself taught her that. Now you want to complain. But you created a monster. So what y'all gonna do to get us back is the question. Or do you want us back?
So are we going to shift? and I think we are
How are we
shifting.
gonna
I think we are
shift?
shifting to the worse.
We
I
are.
don't think things are coming back when
We're
it comes
not.
to generation.
Exactly.
I agree.
And that's the part. And also we have to look at the attitude of some women, how they maintain themselves in these relationships, how they maintain themselves in these marital homes. Even
So
when,
what do you feel like you can do as a man?
and when everything,
Not what I need to do as a
even
woman.
when everything is there, even when everything is there, the man is present. Some men are kicked away in this home by the attitude of these women, and that is a problem. Because if this man comes home, because as a man, you go out there, you have a lot of battles that you're fighting every day, let's say in your office, the street, just to provide. And you come home and you have another battle to fight with this woman. And our nature is not designed like that. That this is how some men just run away. So some
why-
can't keep it together.
It's just a lack of
just can't stand-
communication. It's just a lack of communication.
That could be, but sometimes the communication is too rough for the man to stand because it becomes a conflict, a constant conflict situation. And when you have to
people just
live
don't
in
need to be
constant
together.
conflict, then now,
No,
what
we
is
don't
your
have a
role?
choice. We're gonna have to figure something else out.
You just have to go away.
So, Mac, do you think social media in this new age of, artificial intelligence, where a woman can just go on a computer and do whatever she don't need a man no more. You understand, right? She can go to artificial and go to AI and say, AI, teach me how to build this table. And AI teaches step by step. You think it's causing a problem in the general now? You think it's causing a problem because she's independent enough that she don't need a man?
Yes.
Yes. So what can we do to fix it as I'm speaking from an African or African American standpoint, a black standpoint. What can we do to fix that role? What can we do to bring that back to the normal Adam and Eve culture?
The normal
Not Adam and Eve.
culture.
Adam and Eve culture. Adam first, then Eve. Adam, then Eve, right? If God wanted for
You
the
trying to
woman to
take
be,
it back.
if the woman to be like this,
That's
God was
too
going
far
to make
back.
Eve and Adam. God made Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve. God developed that gender
I
role
think that
a
guys
long time
should
in
just-
biblical time.
Listen to be fair with a woman. Like, not look at her like, this is my cook.
Property.
Right.
This is my, my go-to for whenever I need her. because when you see her being strong or building something, like you said, it becomes an issue because she's more than just, the cook or the, take me to Pound Town or the, she's more than that. So I feel like, the generation of men nowadays should just listen, try to be more fair and let her be strong. If she building something, don't be mad that she's building something or she's painting something or she want to fix a shelf. Don't be intimidated. Like, she's talented, she's strong, she can do that. If anything, step in. A lot of guys complain about the fact that, you're doing this, that's why you're doing it.
It's a man's job.
It's a man's job.
What's a man's job?
She just, I'm just saying, that's what a guy would say. Like, that's for a man.
Job.
Not really, she's just talented. If anything, your job is to be, ask her where she wanted to go because it's heavy.
Okay.
Let her have that. Let her.
So will you allow your man to be passenger princess all the time?
No. I didn't want that. I did that before.
And what
I've
happened?
done that. I didn't lash out at him. I just asked him, when you want to start driving.
Yeah.
And I can teach you. And that became a problem because he felt like, you could teach me. Like, what you mean you could
teach me how to drive?
Well, I'm going to teach you because we've been together for 3 years. Now I'm pregnant and I don't want to drive no more. I'm having cramps down there. Get the wheel.
And you're down there chilling on the front
So,
seat.
and it's like he didn't want to do that. He just didn't want to do that. He just like, I don't know what that was about. He's like, I don't want to mess up your stuff. We're together. We're about to have a baby. You need to take this wheel. Like, so instead of me lashing out at him for being the passenger princess, when you ready to start driving.
Okay, that was very,
Yeah, like when you ready to start.
Classic.
Let's do gotta change the narrative of how we speak and communicate, and that helps a lot too.
Communication. Yeah. So what do you think? Social media, artificial intelligence, what happens?
It's not going to change things. It's only going to make it's just going to make things worse. And I can tell you that.
Yeah,
but just to piggyback from what you're saying about communication, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that point 100% because, I mean, a majority of the reasons for divorces is not because of money or other things. It's because of uncommunicated expectations. Mm-hmm. People come into relationships, they don't communicate what they can do or what they cannot do. They come, they're trying to present themselves as the Superman, especially for men. They come as the chauvinist. Yeah. I know it all. I can do this. You can't tell me nothing. And all of a sudden, things fall apart. Your true side is going to come out. It's just a matter of time. And women do the same thing too. Yeah. I'll change him. I'll make him the way I want him. No, you're not going to change no one. If you can't agree with him the way he is right now, just don't go along with him. Because it's not going to work out. The same with the man. So don't come with the expectations, I have the money, I'll get him the way I want him. Or I'll get her the way I want her. No. She's going to be original after some time. I mean, you are not an actor. And if you are only doing it for some time.
Right.
Acting is not forever. You do acting for a certain time. Yeah. And that's it.
The true color.
The true color is going to come out. Your real DNA is going to show up. So if you don't communicate the things that you want in this relationship, trust me, it's not going to last. I mean, some of us have done the same mistakes in the past. Yeah. And now you have to be careful how you keep it going.
How you move on.
My brother always tells me,
experience.
Look for someone that you can feel vulnerable with.
Yes. Experience.
I mean, that's teacher. True. Because if you're not into this person, because you're going to commit the same mistake.
Right.
So what do you think? What do you think about the social media and all those new technology playing in shifting the gender role in our society?
I don't really think social media has much to do with it. I think it's more the money. Because even if I didn't have AI to show me how to put a table together, I just pay somebody to do it.
Be a man.
Whoever knows how to do it.
It's going to be a man.
It's going to be a man.
Okay, it could be a man, but it doesn't have to be my man, right? Okay. So because we're talking about relationships.
So now is the money doing the job for you?
Feel better, like because women don't know how to put a table together without AI. Whatever makes you feel better. The point is that since we're talking about relationship, we're not talking about whether or not what men can do versus what women can do. Because I can do what you can do.
I know
mentally if I'm taught. Right? Yep. Physically, no, we're not even gonna go there. But I can pay somebody if I make that, and that's where that I don't need you comes in at. Right. So I think that what has to happen is we can't go back to Adam and Eve because that wasn't a good time for us. That wasn't a good time for us at all. We just have to restructure. And if we go back to Adam and Eve, society will collapse because y'all can't afford to run a society without our financial input. Right?
Financial input.
That's true.
Absolutely. We are most of the commerce. We spend, I'm not going to ask you how much your hair and your makeup was. We spend way more money than y'all ever will. And in addition to that, now we're out earning you. So we're out earning you and we're outspending you. So if you take out the fact that we're out earning you, then you're going to take out the outspending. The money has to come
maybe
from
that
somewhere.
might change the roles. That might reduce society standards when it comes to how it's defined now. Fashion. We're living in a fashion world. That is to say, I mean, take Christmas as an example. How many people are spending when it's Christmas season? Because that's the fashion. You listen to TV, you watch TV, you see a lot of things.
Right.
All commercial. So maybe that would change the factor if you want to go that part.
What?
if we go
working?
back to Adam and Eve, what JJ was
society
saying,
will first have to collapse.
Society will not collapse.
So if you want to go out here and start marauding and
standards
fighting
will be
wars,
lowered.
hand-to-hand combat,
The standards will be lowered,
I'm done.
and they will not be too high.
yeah, society will collapse.
I don't think so.
It absolutely will. It absolutely. First of all, statistically speaking, like with what's going on with the economy right now, because see, we got at a place where we stopped getting married, right? Because it's like,
Right.
I can do it on my own, you can do it on your own, and I can sleep whoever
Right.
I want, you can sleep whatever you want. But now it's 2025, and chicken costs like $15 a pack. So people are getting married again because they need those two incomes. So if not because they want husbands and not even necessarily, this is the first time in society men are getting married for money because they need that second income. So if you remove that income, we're going to have some issues, some serious issues.
Well, this is not the first time it has been the case. I mean, I can remember, JJ, I grew up in Africa, and I remember years back when guys used to come here, this way back in the 80s, like maybe 90s, when some of us were really young. When guys used to come here, people used to come, they would try to bring, especially men, they would try to go get a wife and bring here. So the culture was, the definition of the culture at that time was, I hear family members that will say, I'm not wasting money on men, on boys to go to school, because when they educate, it's for their women. It's not for us. Yes.
I heard that
Because
before.
you
That's
heard that before.
insane.
Yeah. So the reason behind that thought was because, I mean, now we are here. We see the way the system is. Even this cold weather, who want to go home alone? I mean, tell me. Hello?
If you want to be stress free.
I was
right.
going to say, I don't know.
No, what I
Yeah,
mean
babe,
is,
come
you
on.
need
I'm
good
no,
with it.
what I mean
Yeah,
in that
okay.
sense is you need companionship. And the other thing about it is it's financially sustainable to have two incomes coming in that
Absolutely.
home. So you're not going to bring your brother or your sister because when they come here, they're going to create their own families and move on. Maybe
Right.
within the next 5 months, 6 months, done. You only hear them once in a while now or you see them once in a while. But when you bring your woman or your man, you are together building a family, building a future stronger together. That's where. So this is not the first time.
Well,
it's
so
been,
what you're talking about is anecdotal as well, because that is I don't want to say small, but that's a pocket of people in our society. That's not the societal standard.
So
the societal standard
the
has
most part-
always been.
So let's talk about finances within a gender role. If a man and a woman get married, who do you think should bring the most money at home? Be 50-50? 50-50?
It can never be 50.
You know, it'll be 50-50. So why?
Why could it never be 50-50?
Yeah.
Because not unless I'm making the exact same amount of money as you're making the exact same amount of money, right? So let's say I'm making $50,000 a year. We're married. You're making $50,000 a year, and our yearly household bills or whatever is like $25,000 a year. Then it could be 50-50. But if I'm making 75, or if I'm making 50 and you're making 75, and I have to pay half of what's going on in that house,
What if you making 75, he makes
Same
50?
thing.
So you won't go above 50?
whoever makes more pays more.
Gender role. You think you're gonna
No.
You think you're gonna respect that man if you pay more in the house?
Yes, I will. Because you know why? Again, your money does not is not your leadership. And when you start to think that your money is what makes you a man, that's when you become the pussy that we can't respect.
But that's the modern. That's what we see.
You don't like my language.
That's what we see in the modern society. Language is language. You know, you grown.
I am. I'm grown.
So do you think you are? If I may ask, how old are you?
27.
27.
No, I'm not.
So
43.
43, right?
Don't laugh.
So
girl.
you were saying from a 43-year-old standpoint, right? You grew up in another time.
Right.
Yeah.
When gender role was respected, right?
Yes.
Because I can listen to you and some of the things you talk about, like, oh, she's not young, she's older. Now we're talking about this younger generation. I'm your age too, so I know what gender role is supposed to be. I know my mother, I know my father, I know things that went on in my household and everything else. I know things that went on in my marriage and other marriage and everything else. So I know everything that's happening. So the modern society, the kids growing, a 25-year-old girl. You know, will you respect a man if you pay 80% of the bills?
If we marry?
If you're married.
That's different. If we marry, he's going to already understand. You're not going to put that on me.
But what if he doesn't make
What if
the
you're
money?
not married? What if you guys are not married and you live together in an
If we're
apartment?
not married, I can do that by myself. You don't need to live with me. Because that means you got some more learning to do.
He got to go, right?
You got some more learning to do. You
got to
just
go.
don't need to live with me. You don't need to even move in.
You couldn't live with a man that makes less money than you?
I've had.
She's not a
For a
caregiver.
very long time.
No, but I mean, would you now?
That make less. If he make less and he still pay the bills, I'm fine with that. Or the
So you realize
I'm not gonna say the
require
bills. I'm gonna say
All the bills?
not all
Some
the
of the
bills. Because I mean, I would like to pay something. Like I would like to pay something. The bills are cool. I would say the mortgage. He can do that part. But even if he make less than me.
So the problem with that is, since we can't have it both ways, okay? Because just what happens
Because if he make less, and if he make less, and you still covering that, it don't matter. You got a responsibility,
right?
So are you gonna cover your
Are
responsibility?
you okay with your standard of living dropping? Is what I want to ask you. Are you?
No.
Well, so you cannot have it both. So you can't.
So that's why I say he can't live with me. We're not living
So
together.
you're not okay with
I'm
being
not
with a man
okay.
that makes less money. All right,
So-
well, we
so
got to
are
call
you-
it what it is, and that's
so-
okay. That's okay.
I'm not okay.
Are you going to respect a stay-at-home dad?
Am I going to respect it?
Yeah.
A stay-at-home dad?
A stay-at-home dad.
How can you not if he got kids?
So that's coming from a younger generation. Will you respect a stay-at-home dad?
Absolutely not.
What if you work and you're making a lot of money?
So I'll respect the stay-at-home dad for a certain period of time.
Okay, yeah, that makes
And I've
sense.
been there. No, I've been
That
there.
comes back to my point at the beginning of this podcast. And I was saying, to be honest, money rules the world.
No, but I wasn't finished.
Hold on.
No, go ahead, Ali.
Okay, no, go ahead.
No, let
We
them-
went back to West Africa, yes, sir. Hold on.
Sorry, I thought you were No, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Ali,
It's always gonna come creeping up.
let her go.
No, go ahead.
Let her go
He
because
told me to
I
hold
know.
on. I'm listening. Yes, sir. Go
No, go
ahead.
ahead.
Hold on,
Figure
sorry.
everything, y'all.
Hold on, woman.
Yeah.
Hold on, woman.
I'm gonna stay over here in my
Thank
corner.
you.
Go ahead, Ali.
Go ahead, Ali.
Okay.
Ali scared to talk.
I'm scared now. But thank you.
Go ahead, Ali.
Thank you for
Go ahead.
that.
Go ahead, Ali. Go ahead.
Yeah. But what I was saying is, we just get back to that point from the beginning of this conversation. The roles cannot be reversed. Period. I mean, whatever it is, a man has to be a man. She just said it very clearly. If you're coming home, make sure you have some responsibilities to take care of. Don't just come with nothing.
Right.
Because the woman cannot accept you with that mindset that, oh, she's rich, she's powerful.
How can
So that's a
How can you?
So
Yeah, how can you?
stay home is
Because
a non-traditional role when it comes to
It's-
gender role, right? It's non-traditional.
Right.
Because everybody think that woman should stay home. So it's okay for you to stay home to take care of the kids while I work, but it's not okay for me to stay home while you work.
Right.
But it's okay.
But you want equality,
to
right?
an extent.
Right.
To understand.
So
To
let's
an extent.
let's be clear. Can we just be very, very clear on what we're talking about when we're talking about equality? Because that just irks. It makes my butthole itch when we start. It does. Like, it's literally itching right now when we start talking about equality, because I think that men have it confused about what we mean when we say we want equality. We want equal respect. We want to be treated like normal, regular human beings. It's not a matter of who's better than who. We are better than you at some things, and you are better than us at some things, and we come together and we make it work. But we are always equal human beings. So I need for men to stop saying, y'all want to be equal. If y'all want to be so equal, open your own door. No, that does not mean we want you to be women. We just want to be treated with a certain measure of respect. So I put that on the table now. I'll go back to West Africa and be quiet.
Okay. So just to answer to your question that I didn't, when she was talking, I lost my thought right there. Okay, paying for marriage. That's a man's responsibility. That's how society defines it.
Paying for marriage?
Paying for the wedding and
Paying for the wedding.
What man? Because in this society, it's
in American society,
in American society,
the woman family,
the woman family,
yes. But the African, if I can go back there just to enlighten, we have what we call the dowry.
the dowry.
Yes.
So the man has the sole responsibility to provide the dowry to ask the woman's hand in a marriage. Period.
That makes sense, because a woman's supposed to be a prize.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so
But
that's the family tradition.
rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Because a lot of women will tell you before the end of that wedding that, well, don't talk to me like that because my dad paid for this wedding.
But why are you marrying this woman? That's what I want to know.
You don't know the
So
woman.
you don't
know until you get
Oh,
married.
so they just
You
all
don't
of a
know.
sudden just
No.
as soon as the preacher says you are man and wife,
No.
they just completely
Some people
just,
are very
whatever.
good. No, hold on. Some people are very good at hiding.
Shenanigans.
No,
you
trust
weren't
me,
paying
some people are very
attention.
good at hiding things. Let's say if you get married within 6 months of meeting together. Some people get married a month, 2 months, 3 months.
Don't do that.
No, hold on. I'm not going to do that, but people have done it. I have best friends that got married.
They still together?
They're still together since 2010. I was in graduate school with them.
And they were very lucky people.
That's right. So now you have situations like that. But again, some people are very good at keeping their composure, hiding themselves, and not telling who they are and not showing their true colors. Now you marry them,
Then
boom,
they show-
the
then they
day
show
of the
their true
wedding, the
colors.
next day morning, hey, don't talk to me like that.
Like you said, they're actor, right?
Correct.
The fame is
Some people
over.
are just good at acting.
The fame is
They
over.
can put up a very good acting role, even more than
I think
Angelina
that some
Jolie
people are
or
very
whoever
good
you
at
want to
ignoring
call here.
certain things.
Now, real times, you are home together and you started seeing their true colors.
Right.
So let's talk about association when it comes to gender role. You think association play a part?
Absolutely.
In general, with the lady
the friends are the board of
association?
directors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Board of
The-
directors.
the-
You think friends play a part in general? Like
friends
your
are-
friends who are in a marriage, the marriage is breaking apart because they want to be domineering with a man,
Right.
and you are there trying to be a submissive woman. Do you think it play a part in our culture that people are getting divorced? Just the association.
I think that if I can go religious for a second,
Go ahead.
I think that every religious document or book or whatever you want to call it out there teaches us that bad association will spoil useful habits, right?
Right.
It's up to me
The woman.
as a wife to moderate my association. So can it? Yes, but I still can't blame that outside influence. Whatever goes on in a house between a husband and wife can only be blamed on that husband and wife.
Yes.
Because you're allowing that to
That to
come
happen.
in.
I wish
right?
that was the true world that exists in every situation. But definitely that's not, Luna. And I'm just
Mac, do
being
you think
realistic.
friends play a part in identifying gender role in a traditional family?
They're friends.
Yeah, friends and association. If a girl have a lot of friends and, you think it play a part that she want to be,
Do it play a part in what?
in most of the relationship breaking up and divorce and everything else. And you think it play a part, just association?
No, only if you allow it.
And if you
To
allow
make
it.
it like, make that the reason. Like,
Right.
oh,
Make
that
that's
a
the
reason.
reason why. No. But only
And
if you
men
allow
love
it.
to do that. Men love to
And
say
sometimes-
it's your friends.
And sometimes subconsciously, it's not like you will go out there to tell your bestie about your situation so they can help you to break it apart. That's not the goal. Maybe you're just finding someone to cry your problem. You're just finding someone to cry about your situation. You may not know that, but most women do. They will call their best friends to say, hey, this is what's going on. Girl, you don't even know what's going on right now. I'm struggling, or this is what's happening. And now they started to build hateful relationship with that man.
But see,
and
that's
now
why,
giving you the advice now that will end up to destroy that relationship. And again, like I said, you're not telling them consciously. Maybe you're just crying. You're just crying to a friend about whatever happened last night or whatever happened the other day. You want someone to hear you out. Someone to listen, to understand, and to feel with you. Now that person is turning around to give you the advice that will end up ultimately destroying your relationship.
Absolutely.
And you may not know that
not only
until everything has fallen apart.
But it's up to my husband, because if my husband was hearing me and allowing me to talk and allowing me to spill my feelings to him, I wouldn't have to step outside of the house and go talk to my daughters. But that's why, go talk to, my thoughts got mixed. Talk to my girlfriends. But that's why forums like this are important, right? We have to stop letting Real Housewives of whatever, baddies of this, that, and the other, teach our daughters and our nieces and our granddaughters how to be women, right? Mm-hmm. Because my mother told me not to go run into my friend, not even for the reason that you're talking about. She's going to come back and sleep with my husband. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell her all the problems, everything that I'm not doing.
And she's going to turn around and do it, right?
She's going to climb around and do it. Oh, I put too much salt in the food. She's going to make sure her food is salted just right for my husband.
So are you a submissive woman?
Oh, she can't answer that.
The reason why, so everybody is going to be shocked. Everybody is going to be shocked. And the reason why I looked like that was because of the face, because he gave me one of these. Right?
Are you a submissive woman?
By the true sense of the word, I absolutely positively can be. I don't submit to every penis.
That does not answer the question.
It does not answer the question. Are you a submissive woman?
Is it yes or no?
Woman?
No, there is no yes or no to anything. Okay. My answer is, and you will accept it. No, I'm playing. My answer is, I absolutely positively can be, because I am not submissive to, I'm not submissive to every man. There are certain men that think by you, as a nature of you being a man, I'm supposed to submit to you. And that's not the case. I can't just submit to you because you have a penis, but the man that I'm married to, the men in my family, those men that I know have stake in me and care about me, those are the men that I submit to.
All right, Mac, the Get Money Mac. Are you a submissive woman?
Yeah.
Yes, my king, right? Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's
who you, girl. I'm right next to him. All you have to do is say "hootie hoo" and it's on.
Yes.
And he has a snappable head. I don't have a problem.
Yes, my king. Yes, my king. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's just natural, and we gotta us as women too. That's very submissive. Just because we run into somebody and we like them, and we finally went on a date. It's like we be submissive to that person because we like them. We give them that treatment that they really don't deserve because we still have to learn them. But being submissive is like a natural thing. So
okay, so it's a natural thing for a female, for a woman, for
myself. Yeah.
Right. How about when you did an emotional man that just cry?
I don't want to be around anybody that just cry. Women that just cry all the time get on my nerves.
He's a man. He's a general, but he's just emotional. He just cries.
No. That's annoying. And it's not just because he's a man. I just don't want to be around anybody that's crying.
So you don't need a soft man?
So I need an emotionally stable man. You didn't ask me. Okay. The question that you asked me, that's emotional instability. So somebody that's just crying all the time every time they're upset is emotional instability.
Okay.
Right? So I wanted an emotionally stable man.
Yeah.
Soft. I want a man to be soft and gentle with me.
Yes.
And hard as a rock in the world.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So everybody should look at this man in a word like a manly man.
Absolutely.
A manly man.
Otherwise, that means that they can infiltrate our household. If they see you as a pussy, it's two pussies in the house. Who's protecting us?
Yeah.
From everything in the world, right? So, again, that brings me back. There has to be masculine force and feminine force. Okay. If you're going to be feminine, I'm going to be masculine. If I'm going to be masculine, you're going to be feminine.
Why are they running away from dominant women? Because a lot of men running away. Like, I'm leaving. I'm done.
Yep.
Because you're too dominant.
They're so quick.
You're a man. You're
quick,
a man.
Yeah, they're so quick to get to that level without even the patience
Yes.
to even explore and see what is good about this woman, not just the one part that you look that is not working in your favor.
Yes.
Because
They running from it because they're scared of her just being a strong woman. Like, just
The hottest event of the summer is here. Olalis Entertainment presents the annual all-white dinner party. Get ready for an elegant, unforgettable night filled with glamour, music, and networking with the movers and shakers of the city. This is where the elite gather, where business meets pleasure, and where you need to be. Dress code, all white, elegance required. Music by the hottest DJs. DJ Mike LIB, DJ Jim Mons, DJ Afrique, DJ Buka. Fine dining, VIP treatment. Network with the top professionals and entrepreneurs. Be seen, be heard, be part of the movement. Limited tickets available. Reserve your spot now.
To end this conversation about Jenna Rowe, give me something
Give you something.
that I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna think about. Give me something. Give me something. I know you're very, like, give me something. I'm going home and thinking about it. Give me something. Everybody in the room will give me something.
Okay, so what I'm going to give you is, I think I already said, but I'll bring it on home. We have to restructure how we deal with each other in relationships. And it needs to be a little bit of the old days and a little bit of the new time. But at the end of at the baseline, there has to be respect, mutual respect. Yeah, respect. And then we can get back to loving each other.
Okay.
yeah.
Mac,
Yeah.
give me something.
Give you something. If you really love somebody, and you want to be with them, I would say just like, and you feel like it's not working out, just like try to change the narrative on how you speak to each other, so you can learn them. And if you're in the same household, learn how to pray with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That helps a lot.
That's good. That's good. Communication and prayer, right?
Yeah.
Ali.
communicate your expectations very clearly. Don't expect anyone to be a rocket scientist to figure you or to know what you want based on how you appear, based on how you present yourself. Make it clear. This is what I want, and I don't want this. Make it clear so they understand where you're coming from, so they can treat you that way. It goes a long way versus you sitting there thinking, oh, you should know what I want. I've been around you for so long now.
Right.
It takes a lifetime to know someone. It does not take one day. It does not take 2 months, 3 months. Oh, how long we've been together? Over 10 years now? You still don't know what I want? Yes, I don't. I'm not a rocket scientist. Tell me what you want. Don't sit there with the expectation that, oh, you should know what I want. So communicate clearly.
Clear
and don't leave
communication.
no stone unturned.
Yep.
And for me, I say your expectation. Don't raise your bar so high.
Don't have no expectations.
And don't have no expectation. and
Yeah,
see
like-
blue as blue and black as black.
Correct.
and see a pink flag. I don't look for a red flag. I look for a pink flag. Yeah, people look for a red flag. I look for a pink flag. By the time it's pink, I say, oop, not that one. Bye. Because people don't change. That's my mind. People don't change. They just
work
hide.
with you.
They just hide the true color.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, thank you. A lot of podcasts, a lot of entertainment. Thank you, Landis. Thank you, Mac, and thank you, Ali.
you,
It was
Jay.
great.
Thanks, Jay.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Jay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was good. That was good.
All right, I have
How's it
heartburn.
doing?
Yeah.
I need a shot.
If you get up in the morning, you went to bed, got up, and you're a different gender, like I get up, I'm a female. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? When you wake up in the morning, that morning you get up, boom, look at yourself. Oh, I'm female for the day, and you can't change by the entire day. What will your day be like? You're female for one day. What your day
Horrible.
gonna be like? Huh?
Horrible.
Horrible. How horrible?
Yeah,
what
because
you gonna do?
I'm used to being what I've been all my life, and now changing to something different that I cannot stand or
That you
entertain.
can't
It's dead.
It's just gonna be really.
The truth comes out.
It's gonna be a horrible day.
So you get up
What's
in the
the
morning.
Why
you can't
You get up in the morning.
stand
What are you
it?
gonna do the entire day? Give me from the time you wake up to the time you're going back to bed as a female. What are you gonna do?
I'll probably be sleeping all day, like stay indoors and not even show out.
'Cause that's
No
what
one
we
is
do.
gonna see me outdoor.
But it's not you. It's not really you.
Yeah, we want you to do
a
it. Like,
female
that's what you're gonna
So
do.
you want me to do something?
So tell me that you're doing something from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. What are you gonna
fraud. Let me tell you what, he gonna
Yeah.
play with that.
I'll go outside.
Exactly.
If I have to, I'll go outside and shake my neighbor's hands. Hey, good morning. How are you? Look at me now.
do? Look at me now, right? Gender role. You change your gender.
Yep.
What are you gonna accomplish as a female that day? What are gonna be some of your accomplishment?
Besides visiting my neighbors and saying hi to them, I
That's
don't know
it.
what I will
You
be
going right back
able
in
to
the crib.
accomplish because it's 24 hours, bro.
24 hours.
Can you do?
You have to go
24
out.
Hours?
You have to go out. What are you gonna do? You have to go out.
I'll go for shopping.
Yeah, that's a woman thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Dressed it up some more, right?
what are you gonna do? If you wake up in the morning, you're a dude, and for 24 hours you're gonna be a dude. What are you gonna do?
If I was a boy, I'll be bagging bitches. No, if I was a man, I'll be a really good man. I probably would be bagging bitches. I ain't even gonna lie.
For 24 hours.
Yeah, isn't that what y'all do all day?
24 hours. No, that's not what you do. Okay.
I'd be bagging bitches and working towards bagging bitches.
For 24 hours.
Yep.
That's crazy. Mac, what you gonna do? Get up in the morning, Mac, Mac Shane, Mac the man. What you gonna do?
Mac gonna turn into Mac Daddy.
Mac gonna tell.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna I don't know. I'll be a good woman
For a day.
for a day.
For
What
a day.
constitutes a good woman though?
It's all in my head.
Okay.
It's all in my
so
head.
what's in your head? What is
Good
a
woman?
good woman in your head?
I'll just go to bed and shut my mouth.
Wow.
Be quiet.
That's it.
That's
That's a
all
good
men
one.
want
You're not
women
even
to
gonna
do
go
is
out
sit
and
down
shut
and
my
shut
mouth.
up.
Shake
I'm
the
just gonna
neighbor's
shut
hands.
up. I'm not
So you
shaking
gonna
nobody's
shake
hand.
hands and shop and
I'm
you
just gonna
gonna
shut
in
up.
your bed.
You know.
With your
Sometimes
legs open.
no.
Lay in the bed with your legs open.
No, I'm just gonna close my legs and shut up. Be a woman.
Close your legs and shut up.
Yeah, be a woman.
But that's not the true nature of a woman.
That's why I want them to be. so
So
that's
you
the
want
truth.
women's legs closed,
And shut up.
mouth closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we run down to gender identity.
Imagine that.
What happened to gender role in the modern day? What's going on with gender role? What happened? What's going on? Because everybody just want to be equal. Like everybody want to be like this, men or women.